Hello everybody, and Jess here, and welcome back to Gundam Witch from Mercury, episode 19, if I'm not mistaken. It is indeed episode 19, so not only, half a season still left, right? 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, so... Yeah, I mean, 90 is close to 24, so it somehow makes me think we are nearing the end of the season, but we really aren't. We're just halfway through the second season of this show. And it seems to be a classic, somewhat, a classic midpoint breakthrough, mid-season breakthrough, because some very interesting things happened in the previous episode that might have some very interesting repercussions in the future and in the now, even in today's episode. What happened in the previous episode? Well, in order, Miorine and Guel got dragged into Prospera's plans in full. They've met, talked about some stuff. Prospera also contacted some other company, Pale, was it? Or someone? I'm not sure. I quite frankly don't remember. We know that Shadik is in cahoots with Pale, so that's a problem. And what else did we learn? We learned a little bit about Permet, that it supposedly was discovered within minerals, so it's not a mineral, it's more like a form of energy maybe, or some previously unknown particle, or whatever, I don't know. Maybe Permet is just Higgs boson, but why wouldn't they call it just Higgs boson? It's a sci-fi franchise, they have the right to figure out some weird names and weird technologies, weird energies, weird anything. I mean, that's what sci-fi is, right? Especially soft sci-fi, like Gundam. What else happened? Chuchu convinced Suletta to go out there and talk to Miorine. Chuchu, best girl, proves it yet again. Although the effects of that idea and the effects of Suletta going to meet with Miorine weren't the best. to speak lightly. No heartwarming reunion happened or anything like that. Quite the contrary, actually. Suletta got... didn't get sucked into Ariel, just sat down in Ariel's cockpit and learned of Eri and other Eris, other unsuccessful clones of the Eri proper. And where Eri proper was turned into Ariel, the failed experiments were turned into Gundbits. And the one and the only successful experiment is Suletta. She's Eri's clone. We have a confirmation of that, so nice. We're confirming more and more theories as time goes on. Suletta was rejected by Ariel, rejected by Eri. Eri saying that we have no need for you anymore, you're unnecessary, go... Sorry, I bumped my mic. Go to school, have fun, yada yada yada. It all sounded very brutal and very straightforward, right? We don't need you, you're not necessary, you're not needed, you were the key, we used that key and now we can discard you. But something tells me it was first and foremost breaking Suletta's heart so that she doesn't want to return, the exact same thing that Miorine did, the exact same thing that Prospera did, although Prospera probably with a little bit more sincerity. But the message, if you strip it of the abrasiveness of the delivery, the message is, we got what we wanted from you and now you are free. Now leave us to this stuff we're doing, to those crimes against nature and God, and you can be a normal, regular teenager now. Just go to school, have fun with your friends, check off elements from your list, fall in love again, eat some food at cafeteria with Chuchu, and so on and so forth. Go out there and have fun. But the message was very harsh, harshly delivered, rather. Then Ariel ejected Suletta, I believe in like a fetal position, so kind of like a rebirth, right? Suletta born anew from Ariel's womb. Maybe I'm looking a little bit too far into the symbolism, but this very much seems like the point where Suletta will be reborn. She was drifting in space in a fetal position as well, by the way, although that's not just, people curl up in fetal position, not to symbolize rebirth. So, again, maybe I'm looking too much into symbolism there, but holy hell, the lines in the corridor in Miorine's greenhouse have a meaning to them, so why wouldn't Suletta's position, right? Prospera arrives and makes things worse. Of course, also rejecting Suletta, also telling her, you're unnecessary, you're not needed, you were the key, we used you to open the Quiet Zero or whatever, and now you go do your thing. And then she got a little bit of a regret, a bit of a moment of regret as she was boarding Ariel. Should I really have done that? Can she really not go with us? So it shows a little bit of love, a little bit of care that Prospera still has for the for Suletta, for her successful experiment, so to speak. And we are now en route to Earth. We, I mean Suletta, Prospera, and Ariel, because not Suletta, Miorine, sorry. Because Miorine got the genius idea, hey, let's go into the war zone, strip all weapons from Ariel, and I'm just gonna land, and I'm gonna open the cockpit, and I'm gonna say, hey guys, stop fighting. My Gundam is unarmed, see? Gundams don't need weapons, they can have nothing instead. We good? Can you stop fighting, please? I have no clue what Miorine's plan is, but it doesn't seem to me like it's gonna go well. And probably Suletta will have to come to the rescue. Perhaps on board of the brand new Gundam that we were introduced to, Schwarzet? Schwarzet was the name, yeah. But that introduces further complications, because we know that Suletta was immune to data storms because all the Permet shenanigans were focused on Eri, on the mind of Ariel. So Suletta was free from that. But when she boards a Gundam that doesn't have a second consciousness, she's vulnerable to data storms. I wonder, I hope it's not the case, but I wonder if by the end of the series Suletta actually dies. Dies in a data storm, sacrifices herself to save Miorine, perhaps, or something along those lines. I'd rather not, but we have a full setup for that to happen. Assuming, of course, Suletta doesn't get Ariel back, which is something that might happen. Anything else that bears mention? I don't think so, at least nothing more that comes to mind. So I'd say I mentioned all the most important things. So how about we just stop talking and start watching? How's that sound? To do that, of course, you're gonna need your subs to follow along with me. I'm gonna need my sound to hear what's going on, and I'm gonna have to ask you for your support, monetary on Patreon, for example, or not. Share my content, spread the word, costs you nothing, helps a lot. And with that, we can start watching episode 19 of Gundam Witch from Mercury in 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, right, and the feds appeared. Who are you dropping? Prospera in Ariel? Hello, Mio. And hello, you. Actually, that's a good point. In zero gravity, your weight doesn't matter. Situation's fucked. I mean, there's not much more to the situation on Earth. Okay. Here's Ariel and Prospera. I wonder why she needs to be on Earth. Is some Quiet Zero installation on Earth that she's gonna use to, I don't know, rewrite the world or whatever her plan is? I know why Miorine is going to Earth, I know why Guel is going to Earth, but why Prospera? Why Ariel? Also, I wonder how Delling will come into play. He can't just stay in a coma until the end of the series, can he? He's too important of a character. Would be interesting if it turns out that it wasn't Delling who ordered the massacre at the Vanadis Institute, that he didn't know about it. Prospera's entire life has been for naught. Okay, now she's depressed. Okay, so now she has dirt on him. I wish I was him. Yeah? She's onto something. Ah, okay. I love their interactions. She's great. Is she good? Is she bad? We don't know. She's just cool. That's all I need. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it can splat a human flat, so weapons aren't exactly needed. It's the equivalent of a katsudon. It's an interrogation. Reasonable. That's a large cup. Oh, really? But now we have no choice but to detain you and interrogate you officially. As far as you can see, at least. Oh, Guel recognizes him. Yeah, that's the kid. Guel has something to do. Of course. A representation of the Earthians? Yeah, you're not gonna get a handshake. Too late for that. Hmm. Yeah, you're not gonna get through that with just some employment possibilities. Sure. Seems reasonable-ish. Okay, she broke. She's broken. Now someone is really gonna die. And Nika is just watching. What the fuck are they doing? Ah, she tuckered herself out. Just a little bit of a breakdown. Yeah. Watching Suletta. That's reasonable, yeah. That's true. That is also true. If she gets the support of Earthians and things calm down on Earth, she's gonna get support from some other companies and might win. Okay, that should be enough. Handshake? Handshake, finally. Suletta? Is her hunger gonna be stronger than her depression? No headband. Raccoon caught stealing from trash. She turned into a NEET in the meantime. Sunlight hurts her. Milk soup. Okay, interesting. Milk soup is usually just milk and cereal. At least here in Poland. Okay, there we go. A little bit of a smile. We're gonna rebuild you from ground up, Suletta. We're gonna make a protagonist out of you yet. Whomst. Sup. Okay, now we're getting the truth out there. Good, good, good. Finally. Thank you. Martin knows something. Suletta knows something. We can figure things out. Dialogue. That's your punishment. Not the best way. Okay, so we have the title. Okay, that's good. Yeah, you mean Asticassia? Yeah, he means Asticassia. Or something else. Some, like, primary school. Okay, so a primary school of sorts. And now he's fat. Oh, Shadik? I thought he meant this guy. So, what does it change? What does it mean? Okay, they figured out Shadik. Hell yeah. That's also true. Yeah. Time to infiltrate Grassley House? Let us begin what exactly? Prospera. Okay, Gun. Okay, so she's doing the Quiet Zero thing? Oh no, she's taking control over everything that's powered by Permet. Oh, she wants to start a war. Yeah. Oh no, we've been attacked. What are we going to do? Attack them back. They clearly want war, not negotiations. Fuck. I mean, Miorine did. Prospera didn't. But why does she want war? Is she looking for something? Yeah, those are the Gundam bits. Yeah. Lefrit Ur and Lefrit Torn. Interesting. Interesting. Is she just destroying the Gundams? Probably. I mean, kinda too late for avoiding armed conflict, isn't it? And there go the negotiations. Okay. What's at Plant Queta? And who died? Oh, she died. Shadik? Shadik's goons? What? Okay. Sure. Well, everything went to shit, didn't it? Not the best way, my ass. Everything that could go wrong went wrong. Now it's chaos. What? How? The fuck are you on, Shadik? Take the headband off. Right this fucking instant. Not the best way, again. I mean, that's true, but to be fair, everything is convoluted 7 ways to Sunday, so I don't fault you for not understanding. I'm pretty sure I don't get everything that just happened either. So. Yeah, I was right about the midpoint breakdown. I was hoping Suletta isn't going to put the headband on again. That she's gonna change her style, like in the ending. Jewel changed his hairstyle. Time for Suletta to do the same. Nothing after credits. The end of hope. Well, ain't that ominous? Can you be any less in your face about a title than the end of hope? Jesus Christ. Can you be any less ominous? Oh boy, what an episode. Everything that could go wrong went wrong. That about sums it up. Not the best way, my ass, honestly. The worst way, the absolute fucking worst way. So how about we watch this train wreck again? Shall we? Yes, we shall. Not a train wreck of an episode. No, like, for sure, it was a good episode. Just a train wreck of events that occurred within. Because, holy shit. Going to Earth. I wanted to check the situation. The Assembly League may have sniffed us out. Yeah, that's confirmed. Please proceed with preparation. So probably the assassination and some other things. But Prospera seems to have a plan for everything. So I wonder how that's gonna go for her. Who's gonna end up being the one variable that ruins her plans? Because there are so many wild cards, right? Guel's return probably isn't something that Prospera accounted for. Guel starting for the president of the Benerit Corporation. Uh, what else? The Assembly League. Okay, she predicted that somewhat. Bell helping the Assembly League. I don't know if she predicted that. But there are a couple of things that might introduce some variability to her plans, that might even ruin her plans. But so far, she seems to be taking all of that in stride. She seems to be more or less prepared for anything. So I wonder what's going to be the one thing she isn't prepared for. I wonder if it's going to be Suletta. I wonder if she's counting on Suletta just despairing and being depressed, and while Suletta is despairing in her room, she's gonna do whatever she needs to do. I wonder if that is what Prospera counts for, and she doesn't account for the fact that Suletta might have understood everything and might jump into action. I wonder if that's gonna be the thing. The one and only thing Prospera didn't account for was the actions of her own daughter. Possibly. Actually, I'm gonna note it down. Why not? Seems worthy enough of a theory. I have so much written on Gundam. Wait, that's season 1. Season 2. Where do I have season 2 notes? That's Symphogear XV. That's Oyuki Yumi no Kaina. Saito-san, Novice Alchemist. Gia Axis. Okay, so I have Gundam Part 1 notes, but I don't have anything on Gundam 2. Apparently so. Oh no, I do have notes on Gundam 2. I think I just left some space. Yeah, I did leave some space. Okay, what was I talking about? The one variable that destroys Prospera's plans is going to be Suletta. The variable that ruins Prospera's plans is going to be Suletta. Prospera didn't account for her daughter rising up, for the lack of a better word. Rising up. That seems like something this show would do. Didn't she make up with Miorine? Not really. Not really, no. The contrary. Instead of making up with Miorine, she got heartbroken by her sister and by her mother. Stables haven't been cleaned. She's still a mystery. She is still a mystery. She's a mystery, but yet still she seems genuinely helpful. You know? She understands what Martin did, understands his motivations. Yeah, you gave up trying to hear her out, that's why you can't confess to those around you. It's annoying to see you so stubborn, so just go talk to them. This... I still don't know what to think of her. She's one of the most mysterious characters of this show. No wonder she sits at the confessional booth. She gives some damn good advice. And gets a grant to paint her nails while she's at it. And that's an amazing face. That's a great face. Actually. I know, I'm supposed to make so many emotes for my Discord server already, and I have all of those files. They're just waiting for me to, process them, remove the background and whatnot. Proceed to the section, biosecurity, notify the relevant staff. They arrived on Earth. Why are mobile suits escorting us? We're seeking a peaceful solution, but the Earthians don't necessarily. We know that they do, because nobody was armed, and yet we also know that they kinda don't, because when they are attacked, they attack back. Enough MS mobile suit violence now. Benerit ignores Earthian lives. No more mobile suit violence. Stop taking our lives for your own wealth. Down with space and oppression. Earthians go back. Spatians go back to space. Yada yada yada. Even without weapons. Well, little did she know that Prospera brought weapons with her. Because of course she did, and of course Miorine didn't know that, because all things considered, like, she tries to look like an adult. She tries to behave like an adult, but she still has the innocence, the gullibility, gullibleness. I don't know what the word is. She's gullible, like a child is, or a teen. She hears Prospera say that, oh yeah, we're gonna go without weapons, and she kind of just believes that. She didn't think to, check it. She didn't think to have some trusted aide, some trusted bodyguard or someone to check for that for her, right? She doesn't have her own espionage unit, so to speak, because she still wants to do everything legit. That's the thing about Miorine. She wants to do everything legit. We're going to do negotiations properly. We're going to do everything according to the law. We're going to go without weapons, right? She still has that innocence that doesn't allow her to believe something might go wrong, doesn't allow her to believe that she might be betrayed, that despite her being unarmed, the other party might be. She just thinks everything can be done by the book. I wonder for how long. Is she going to lose that innocence during the runtime of this show, or is she not? 5 more episodes is probably not enough for a transformation like that, unless the events of this episode break her enough for her to be a changed person in episode 20. I'm not sure. That seems a little fast. If they crush the Earthians with that Gundam, more people might end up supporting Miorine. I don't have any informations. The High Council is planning to forcibly suppress the Benerit Group. If the group loses its position, you'll be the scapegoat. Everybody's holding the same sign, mostly, but they are actually unarmed, from what I can see. And also props for not using CG Crowd. None of them are armed, indeed. The kid from Dawn of Fold. And of course, Guel goes where he needs to go. We won't tolerate Benerit's unjust enforcement. We don't need war in our world. Stop Earthian genocide. They really have some issues with fonts and kerning in this show, don't they? The font in their terminals is downright unreadable because of how words are merged and how similar the letters are. Here they're having issues with kerning. The distance between the words isn't enough, so that everything merges together. I don't know why, but they really seem to have issue with that in the show. Protect our children, not patients. The power, Earthians getting strong. No handshake, of course. Sure, new development facility, reconstruction district, 30% rise in local employment. Yeah, fuck your employment. There are people missing. There are people dead. There are people arrested without reason. There are people being tortured. Sure, we're gonna have some, employment, but what of it? If people can still just be disappeared like it's China, what of it? Sure, I'm gonna have a job. My son is gonna have a job, maybe. But if they say something wrong about the Benerit Group, they're just gonna get whisked away to the Neverland. You gotta change the system first. Now, granted, giving some additional employment, some additional prospects, possibilities without changing the system is still preferable than doing nothing. But it's still just a little band-aid with My Little Pony characters on it, plastered on an open wound. So it doesn't really help all that much. Problem is, how do you change the system? Only after Miorine becomes the head of Benerit Corporation, Benerit Group, will she be able to do anything about it. It's a circular problem. It's a catch-22. She's not gonna become a president of the Benerit Group without Earthian issue solved, and the Earthian issue won't be fully solved if she doesn't have the powers of a president. Something's gotta give. And sure, the Earthians gave in a little bit, but that was quickly destroyed, that trust. Monopolization of permit, that's interesting. It's Spatians who have monopoly on permit. All Spatians must leave Earth. What's a Gundam doing here? Interesting that he's getting involved. What's he doing here, though, in the hangar? I don't know, but he's getting involved, and that's interesting. He usually was mostly just going with the flow. Like, sure, he picked up the mantle of the CEO when Guel went missing, but then very quickly and very, happily relinquished that role back to Guel. And now he's seen something that he probably shouldn't have seen. And I wonder what he's gonna do with it. Is he going to start making his own plans? Is he going to start to learn some things? And is he going to learn them? And are they going to be interesting? And what's he gonna do with what he learned? That's another question. Die. And a lot of death. A lot of death. And a beautiful landscape. I'll kill them all. Patience and you. I want you everyone to die. Sophie, why did you die on me? Because she did a very stupid thing. That's about it. Sophie died because she had a death wish. That's the explanation. Like, sure, she might have not died were she not... has she not attacked Suletta? She might not have died if Suletta just gave up. There are some... there is an alternate reality where Sophie survives, but ultimately she made the choice to go permit score 700 or however high she went and just burn her brain out for little to no effect at that. Don't leave me here. She at least has some self-preservation instinct. She doesn't want to die. I'm afraid to die. Good. Good. You might just about survive with that mindset. The heck just happened? You don't understand. Never. Because Elon also doesn't want to die. And that powers him. That fuels him. This is cute. This is very, very cute. Miorine watching Suletta dance and sing. I love it. I love it. Also, holy hell, that screen hole for the like camera. We have smaller camera holes in modern smartphones. And was she wearing her ring on the index finger and not the ring finger? Is it she's resisting the marriage, the engagement? Like, oh, sure, she has a ring, but she doesn't wear it on the proper finger, so it's not like she's engaged fully or something like that. I don't know. I'm just looking for symbolism where there might not necessarily be any. This is a very cute moment, though, and it's if we had any doubts that what Miorine did was because she cares about Suletta, was because she wants a better life for Suletta, and not because she genuinely hates her, because there would be people who misunderstand that scene for sure, 100%. Here we have a confirmation that she still thinks of Suletta. She still thinks of her rightful wife. But she can't do anything about it. She won't. Medical equipment, designed by Earthians. That means the Earthians must also leave space, but I won't agree to that. I mean, you're kind of pushing the goalposts a little. The talk was about no Spatians on Earth, but the negotiations could stipulate that Earthians are free to go to space. So it doesn't have to be, an equal exchange. Or the economic obstacles you face, but even so, I seek dialogue. No, we're not gonna agree to cease all activities, but we will suspend them for 10 days. That's gonna leave you enough time to, tell people that you suppressed the protests, that you solved the problems on Earth, at least temporarily. You're gonna get elected as the president, and after you are elected as a president, you can jump in and start actually fixing issues. Once you have some actual power, we can start negotiating properly. That's a good deal. That's a very good deal. Too bad it quickly goes to shit. Sure, you might be depressed, but hunger wins eventually. Suletta's face is priceless. I'm not ready yet. Yes, you are. Breakfast is soup made from Tico's milk. Some savory milk soup? I don't know of any, but hey, maybe some of their, national cuisine has savory milk soup. If so, let me know, because I'd be interested in that. Maybe not trying, but interested in knowing. I forgot to flip the switch. In that case, we wanted to eat somewhere a bit brighter. That's a good soup. So good it made Suletta cry. Because it has all of their love, all of their friendship condensed in it. Suletta's back from her sulking. That's an interesting breakfast. Fried egg, a brown brick, and 2 small baguettes with buttons on them. Nika was cooperating, so now everything is out in the open. Good, thank you. I appreciate it. Martin hid the things he saw. Suletta hid the things she saw, she's seen, And now everything is out in the open. We know precisely and exactly what was the deal with Sophie, Noria, and Nika. Good. Now we can start thinking of how to handle the fallout. How to free Nika, maybe. How to stop Noria. I don't know, something. But we now have a basis of knowledge that we can act upon. How can I forgive her? We would have done the same, and also I failed to notice that you were struggling. But you're gonna still need to be punished. Clean the stables. Even if you know it's not the best way. There are times where there is only one thing you can do. Sure. Sedo 1 check. Official refugee. Benerit has a school that takes in Earthians like me. I guess that would explain why the CEO of the Benerit Group has so many adopted children. Right? The school that takes in Earthians is molding them into Spatians, essentially. I believe that's about the goal. Grassley's child rearing program. Re-educate. Whenever you see the word re-education, it's not a good sign. It's not a good sign. So the Xenely and their other 5 pilots all came from there. I just want to be like the prince. I thought that he's the prince for a moment, but no, it's the nickname of Shadik. Instead of piloting mobile suits like Sophie or Noria, I'm more interested in piloting Gundams, probably. Who told you about that? Everyone knows about it. That was his name. Yeru Ogul. That was his name before he was adopted, since he was a remarkable child. And because of that name, everyone at the academy called him Prince, and yet not one person has ever given us such a report. I'm not entirely understanding what just happened. All I got from this exchange is that Shadik's real name, it was somehow a secret, and his nickname was somehow a secret. And the kid knowing that is somehow bad or something. I don't get it. No one has ever given us such a report. No one except you and Earthian who lived with the Dawn of Fold. But didn't you recognize the name Prince and knew that it refers to Shadik and his other name? Why would you need a report about that if you already know that? And why does it matter? Am I missing something? Has there been some communication that they captured, signed as Prince, and that's how they know Shadik is... Oh, wait. I get it. I think I get it. No one knows that No, wait. Shadik was known as a prince back when he was Ogu Burbo or whatever the fuck his other name was. But now he isn't known as the prince. And since this kid knows the name Prince, and the adults were talking about the prince, that means Shadik was working with the Dawn of Fold under a pseudonym, the Prince. So that's what connects Dawn of Fold to Shadik. Okay, I think I more or less got it. No one except you, an Earthian who lived with the Dawn of Fold. Yep, that's important. Lived with the Dawn of Fold. It's Shadik, they're all farces that he staged. Do you have evidence? No, not really. If you can find President Sarius, so the CEO of Grassley. Where is he, by the way? I would have expected him to be maybe jailed with Nika and the others, or maybe not. Shadik must be keeping him close by, probably, in Grassley House, for sure. Sudden change of plans. I wonder if Prospera knows what's up. She probably does. Taking out the Gambits, taking control over all of the permit technology, and shooting at herself to stage a fight, of course. Oh no, we have been attacked. We have no other choice but to defend ourselves. It's a good thing that I brought weapons after all. See, my foresight is great. If there's to really go for the purpose of negotiations, Miorine did. Prospera didn't. Calling Miorine. And codename Sophie Poulon. Lefrith Ur Ox Earth. Machine Lefrith Ur, Lefrith Thorn. So are those copies of Lefrith? Like copies of Lefrith Ur and Lefrith Thorn? Is that it? I'm not sure. What I do know is that Prospera is going to destroy them. 2 Gundams that attacked Plant Queta and Benerit School. That's where they came from Ox Earth. The higher-ups are trying to forcibly suppress the group. The ones who support the once defunct Ox Earth as a covert organization are the Assembly League's High Council. So, the Assembly League's High Council supported Ox Earth and their development of Gundam technology, and they want to suppress the Benerit Group because Benerit Group is also making strides in Gundam technology, and the Assembly League wants to have a monopoly on Gundam tech. Probably. That's probably the simplest explanation. The heinous sinners who trampled on Gans' ideals. What? Sorry, what the fuck even are Gans' ideals at this point, Prospera? What even are they? Gand, in the eyes of Gand Arm and Miorine, the ideals of Gand technology is to help people, right? Medical equipment, whatchamacallit, prosthetics, stuff like that. In Prospera's eyes, what the fuck are Gand's ideals? Helping people? Maybe. Killing people? For sure. She doesn't stray from killing people, so... Can't allow that, can I? And of course, the battle begins. I want to avoid armed conflict, sure. And of course they believe that Miorine tricked them. I honestly expected worse. I expected her to be captured. Component of Quiet Zero, the project that is her obsession, is at Plant Queta. How? Why? What would be at Plant Queta? That's a core component of Quiet Zero. The one and only thing that I can think of is Aries' frozen body. I don't know, I'm just shooting in the dark here. Yeah, no clue what the main component could be. Huh. Also, I mean, in the first place, I don't know why Prospera didn't just initiate the Quiet Zero in the first place. That was her goal all along. Why did she take a detour to destroy a couple of Gundams and start a war on Earth? She doesn't have a bone to pick with the Earthians. She has a bone to pick with the Benerit Group. Is that her way of trying to increase the heat? to the detriment of the Benerit Group? Maybe, but in the large grand scheme of things, Earth is largely inconsequential, so I don't know. I've no clue what the fuck Prospera is doing at this point, honestly. And she died. And a tragedy. This is a powerful image. Fighting is currently escalating in the eastern part of the city. Those goddamn Spatians. And of course, Elon predicted that, but those motherfuckers who are always smiling ain't smiling no more. Something tells me that it's gonna just destroy everybody's plans. Because it's gonna hit the Benerit Group as a whole. And thus all the companies associated with it. Called for a ship as well as Mobile Suits and Sabina's team. Prospera Mercury was on to us after all. And what are you gonna do about it? Not much you can do, but I'm glad to see smile wiped off your face. And also, what the fuck are you on about saying, Guel, you defiled her, Miorine? Defiled her how? Planted some ideals in her head? Is that what he means? I have no clue. I've no idea. In response to Benerit Group's attack, Earth Independence Movement leader declares that they will join fight for independence. With Benerit forces dispersed as explosions take place throughout the city, fierce fighting develops between the two sides. See, you can use a legible font when you want to. What the hell is Miorine doing? Her best? I mean, at this point, she's just doing her best and the world is collapsing around her. She has very little actual, like, you know, not causality. Very little influence on anything at this point. Stuff's just happening. Stuff's just happening around her and she can't do anything about it. And Suletta recognized the meaning of these words. You can't cling to us. I understand now. Ariel was just like you, Mr. Martin. She knew that this is what Mom would do. Even if it wasn't the best way. Ariel did the only thing she could. She tried to protect me. I didn't understand a thing. You are correct on that. You are very much correct here. No. No, you didn't do it. Prospera did. So, it's now going to be Miorine blaming herself. Is that the arc we are entering? We are near the end of Suletta's growth arc and we are starting Miorine's growth? Oh, I'm not sure. We'll see, but what is it with people and blaming themselves for things they had no impact on? But they do. They do be doing that. Doobie-doobie-doo. I was really hoping that at the last moment, as Suletta's watching what's happening, she's gonna, like, rip the headband off and I'm going to fix my mother's mistakes, or, you know, some epic moment like that, but it's not Suletta. It's not Suletta's nature. Alas. The end of hope. That's ominous as fuck. That is ominous as fuck. Cool art. And that's gonna be the end. Episode 19 of Gundam Witch from Mercury. It very much feels like a mid-season breakpoint, as I said initially. Mid-season breakthrough, call it what you will. Shit's going down. Shit's going down. how do they say it? How did it go? Mm, Not shit hits the fan, but defecation hits the ventilation. I really like that version of it. Defecation hit the ventilation right now, and since we are in space, and ventilation is usually working on very confined spaces, shit's just gonna go down everywhere. I On one hand, I really like what I've seen in this episode, that we finally got so many things out in the open. We now have the whole Nika situation in the open at the Earth House. We now have the Shadik situation in the open between Guel and and Miorine, and Guel is gonna try to do something about it at Asticassia. We have the leader assembly, L assembly, LA, whatever it's called, the higher ups out in the open that they are planning something, that they were supporting awesome, or the Vanities Institute thing, because they wanted gun technology, probably. What other reason would there be? And now they want to suppress Benerit Group. Why didn't they want to do that before? Well, because Benerit Group didn't have as much gun technology being developed. Now it does. So, and they want a monopoly on gun technology. Within humanity, Spatians have monopoly on permet, and within Spatians, it's the High Council that wants to have a monopoly on gun technology. I wonder if that plays into my theory that it wasn't Delling who ordered the massacre at the Vanadis Institute, but rather the High Council. They wanted to get rid of gun technology, of any researchers who know its secrets, and they wanted to capture the prototypes to then turn them into Lefrith Ur and Lefrith Thorn and their copies, I'm assuming. Delling wasn't the one to order massacre at Vanadis. Vanadis, it was the High Council. I think it might be the case that everything bad that happened so far might be the fault of the High Council. Probably. What else is there? I wonder what Suletta is going to do. I somehow doubt she's going to go to Earth. Maybe. Or maybe she will. I mean, what do I know? She technically has access to Schwarzette. I mean, if Lauda had access to Schwarzette, Suletta should have even more of an access, because she's actually part of the company that supposedly created Schwarzette. We know that it was Prospera who made it, not Gand Arm, but still. So I wonder if she's just going to get into Schwarzette and just fly to Earth and try to fix the situation. How though? Not like she can do much. It's all politics. A single person cannot just fix everything. I think we might see a multi-pronged approach to fixing things. Guel is on the way to find the proper CEO of Grassley, and in the process he might even free Nika, Guel, Nika, Ilan, and Noria. Maybe, probably, possibly. Then there is Miorine, who will probably maybe try to fix things on Earth, although she probably won't be able to. She probably will have to be evacuated. Then we're gonna have Suletta, who's going to, I don't know, confront her mother. Whatever, something she's going to do, probably, maybe. And then we have Belle, who's headed to Plant Queta, and they will try to destroy or stop or whatever the main component of Quiet Zero, whatever it might be. Huh. And there's also the election that Shadiq so far is set to win. But probably Guel is going to find his father, is going to reveal it, and Shadiq is going to be stricken down from the list of candidates. And either Guel or Miorine will win. Something tells me it might be Guel. Something tells me it might be him. I'm not sure. Or Delling is going to wake up. That's also another possibility that's still in the air. He's not dead, he's just comatose, so he can wake up at any moment, technically. What else is there? I think that about covers this episode. I don't think anything else of a huge significance happened. I'm still very much confused about what the fuck is Prospera doing. It seemed like her one and only goal was to reach Quiet Zero, achieve Quiet Zero, and now she has everything she needs to achieve Quiet Zero. And then she just randomly decides to go to Earth to destroy a bunch of Gundams and start a war? Why? Like, sure, she wanted to destroy the Gundams because they are an atrocity and an affront to God and whatever she believes they are, but she could have done that covertly. Why did she start a war on Earth with the Benerit Group? The only thing that comes to my mind is that she wants to hit Benerit Group with that. Maybe the group has some facilities on Earth that are important, and now access to them will be harder. I don't know. It's not like they can't build those facilities on the moon or on Mars or just out in space. Why do Spatians even have their facilities on Earth? Cheap labor? Possibly. Yeah, besides Prospera's seemingly random actions and just flailing around doing a little bit of this, a little bit of that, it was a good episode. It really did uncover many mysteries that I've been waiting for them to be uncovered, and raised some good questions and started some threads that will come to unravel in the future, I hope. I hope. We don't have that many episodes. We're left with just 5 now. There are people saying that we might need another season, but I'm not sure. If they really wanted to, they could wrap up the story in just those 5 episodes. But if there was to be another season, it wouldn't be out of place either. So I wonder what they're gonna do. I do wonder that. But yeah, I think that's gonna be it right now. So maybe you guys have something to add, have something to say. Maybe you can explain Prospera's motivations and her actions. If so, say so in the comments down below. What did you think of this episode, my reaction, my theories, stuff like that? Say in the comments, as I said, or on my Discord. It's open to everybody, link in the description, and also up here you can join it and talk with other people. Like this video if you liked it, dislike it if you disliked it, but tell me why so I can improve. Support the channel if you want monetarily on Patreon, for example, link in the description below, or not. Share my content, spread the word, costs you nothing, helps a lot. For $10 a month you get early access to non-seasonal shows like Symphogear that we just ended, but there's still Zestro Shinai and the concert, so stay tuned. Madoka Magica and other shows. And for just $1 you get a role on the Discord and place in the credits, not the other way around. Subscribe to the channel if you want to be notified of future releases of not only Gundam Witch from Mercury, but also Symphogear, Zestro Shinai of XV, because I finished the series proper, of Ancient Magus Bride. I'm a little behind on that, but I'm gonna catch up. Of Gundam, I already said that, and other shows that will be coming at you in the near future. And what else? Click the bell icon, because I stream sometimes, mostly gacha games, but sometimes also like a Symphogear concert, for example. So you might want to click the bell somewhere down below to be notified of whenever I go live, and the notifications are also always up on my Discord. And now with all of that, with the outro a little out of order, that's gonna be it from me for today. So as always, you guys do the good stuff, and I'm gonna see you in the next one. Cheers! And here's the list of my wonderful Patreons: QB Without a Net, Fruit Purple Songs, Zay Rayner, Akomancer, Marsh, Yuki Ally, Fassel, Dr. Watt, and Hans Peter. And you can join their ranks without the need to achieve Quiet Zero.